why is it that Candace Owens supporters, I'm sure you've had them come in your comment section, I'm sure you've had them comment on your videos and such like that, they generally fall into a couple of camps. They're non-Christian. They usually are Islamic or Islamic centric or whatnot. And they're definitely leftist. Why is it that they usually hate they hate conservatism as a whole? Why do you think she attracts those type of people to her platform if she herself is a Christian? Do you have any commentary on that?
Well, I would simply say because the fruit are not there. She's not a Christian. I don't believe it. I believe that whatever is beneficial for her, that's what she becomes. So she's kind of that type of person, and I think people are drawn to her because of the things that she's saying. Like she's saying things that when you look at it, it's like, wait, hold on, that it does not check out. That does not seem like something that a Christian would say. I mean, the Bible tells us we'll know them by their fruit, and I think people with discernment who look at what she's saying and what she's doing, we can see that, man, the fruit are not there. And so the simple answer for me is that I don't believe she is. I believe that she maybe had some brushes with Christianity. For a while she was evangelical.
She brushed up against it. She bumped into it at a dinner party. Okay.
I mean, it just seemed kind of like, she's Christian familiar, like she knows
Christian adjacent.
Yeah. But I don't know if she's been captured by Christ.
I think that's such an excellent point. I would argue that she has an affinity for a type of security that she believes Jesus presents, for her. I think nobody wants to think about eternity like, suffering, right? But I agree. I don't think that she has been captured. There's no demonstration of a love for the Lord, because when you love the Lord, you also love his people, right? So you want believers to grow in godliness. You want to spur them on toward righteousness and good works. And Candace Owens appeals to people who are like base people. She appeals to people who love mean girl antics, right? Like she loves to blame her vitriol on different times that she's pregnant. Look, I'm pregnant with our 7th child. Okay. I'm not about to start lashing out and like trying to berate people and then say, oh, I'm carrying a boy, which I'm not, I'm carrying a girl. But what I'm saying is those are the kinds of things that she does. And people love it. They're here for it because the majority of those people are undiscipled and, as you say, unsaved. So of course she's going to have a massive appeal to those people because flesh appeals to flesh. And that's how she operates on a regular basis.
Wow. All right. I want to go somewhere with that, but I do want to take a lighthearted approach. What y'all do with y'all $7,000? Y'all $7,000 that we get for putting out videos against Candace. What y'all doing with y'all $7,000?
Let me tell you.
Tell us what. Go on, fess up. What you buy?
Can I please share a PO box? Because for some reason,
it ain't shown up yet.
Lost in the mail. And so I just want people to know we've been doing this for free, but we are willing. Like if you are like, man, 7K is coming your way. I feel like I could turn that into a gospel song. Like let's do it. I'm here for it. Lock the doors. Nobody's leaving. No, I'm kidding.
I want the 7K is coming your way gospel song. Please put that in the chat. We need that. We need that to be a thing. We need that to be a thing for sure.
I wish people understood what it means to be principled. And the reason there's a lot of projection, even with the 7K, is because people are unprincipled and people are used to being surrounded by people who don't have any principles, Candace Owens included. So a lot of her followers are accusing people of things that they know Candace Owens is doing. It's very lucrative to be in the business that Candace Owens is in. That's the gossip girl. That is the mommy sleuths. And by the way, she has another article that she wrote. And again, and I believe that her Degree 180 site is sort of like just a repository of like revelation of who Candace Owens really is as a person. She's got another article about why she believes that housewives are blank crazy. Okay. And it's like she has a disdain for the people that she's trying to claim to be. And you can see that in her footprint. You can see that in the work that she has online. And so a lot of it, as you've already said, is projection. And I think her audience does that as well. They're like, they know that this is a grift for her. So they have to accuse other people of grifting because it makes them feel better about what they're consuming.
And I want to go with that. I think it's adorable. And I find this just, again, it's adorable. when I say that Candace Owens is, when I put out that Candace Owens was in love with Charlie Kirk, I was one of the first people to put out that notion. And I believe Candace Owens had an affinity for Charlie Kirk. Her people immediately jumped on me and said, you have no evidence. You have no proof. You're just saying that. I said, okay, not a problem. But you allow Candace Owens to say I'm making $7,000 a video. And I'm saying again, there is no evidence. You have no proof. You're just saying it. And they're okay with that. That's the part. They're okay with the 7,000 claim, but they're not okay with me saying Candace Owens, again, I'm making a claim. I believe Candace Owens had an affinity. She was hot to trot for Charlie. And that's what the problem is. We're watching her lash out. She's been mad at Charlie because he did not choose her. That's what she's mad about. So that's what we're watching. I'm sorry, spoiler alert, the Becoming Erica, whatever the series is called, is really just her mad about the fact that she's getting back at Charlie because she hated Charlie, and she's mad about the fact that he didn't choose her.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all it is.
I agree. I think that's one part of it. I think that's a big part of it. Also, I think her sights are on Erica now because she always wanted to be that CEO.
Yes.
You know, and I feel like she feels like Erica just got that without, and that's what she wanted to be. I think there's a lot of envy and jealousy there, from the Charlie Kirk and her affinity for him. But also she sees Erica in this position. She's like, well, how does she get to be like, how, and it's been stated that that's the way that Charlie wanted it, but she's not receiving that. She's like, nope, she's not qualified. It's crazy.
Because clearly she would have been the best person.
Right.
Yeah.
Clearly. But there's also another point that Candace, and I'm like, how are people ignoring this part? Charlie Kirk probably more than likely had a will. And in that will, it said that this would be the path that they would travel. She's making it sound like once Charlie Kirk's body hit the ground, Erica came out with the bows and running up here to scramble and scrape to get to the front of the line and say, I'm taking leadership. I'm taking the reins. Yeah. As if Charlie Kirk didn't have that planned out already. I mean, we've watched tons of videos of him saying, if something happens to me, Erica Kirk's going to take the lead, so on and so forth. I want Erica Kirk to run this. Why are we acting brand new? And you never hear Candace actually mention a will. You hear it's almost like this is just like them shooting craps in the boys' bathroom. Like, okay, I'm rolling the dice, Will. Who is it? It's you, Will. You're the one. We're pulling straws or something. Yeah. Like, no, there was actually a formation of a plan. Now the board still has to vote on it, but it's the will of the one who started the company, the will that they're following. So there's still, it makes sense. I'm almost, sometimes I laugh at it. I'm like, why are you people allowing her to make fun of y'all like this in your face? Like she just in your face is playing. Like, and y'all just enjoying it. Like, what is going on?
It's amazing to me that she is able to both paint this picture of a man who was brilliant and understood what was happening in culture, in the world, in politics. Like she paints this picture, but then also he's an idiot and not a good judge of character. And he needed the hood life that she brought to help keep him alive. And it wasn't until she was the handler separated them that all of a sudden he became vulnerable. The thing I find really interesting about that, again, talk about the projection here, is that she says Charlie Kirk wasn't a good judge of character. Okay, he didn't understand people. And I'm like, girl, stop saying that, because you also say he hired you after 5 minutes of meeting you. Could you imagine how awkward that is? Like, what are you saying about yourself?
I do think he was, and I've said this before, we've been going over a lot of Charlie Kirk debates and lectures and stuff on my channel. And I've said that. I do think that he made some decisions that I think we are now reaping the ramifications of, like, for example, the big tent theory. And he was the one that kept a lot of the kindergartners. I'm a former classroom teacher. So he kept a lot of the kindergartners in line. So once Charlie Kirk was no longer there in the classroom, the kindergartners are going crazy. Tucker, the kindergartners are going crazy, Megan. They're going crazy. They even got new crazy ones. Like we got new kindergartners coming in acting crazy. Right. So, but Charlie was the one that kept them in line. But a lot of those people probably shouldn't have been in the picture in the first place.
Agreed.
I think he should have culled a lot of them out of the, and again, it didn't have to be like a purity test. Like you have to be a Reformed Presbyterian, or you have to be a 1619 Baptist in order to be a part of Turning Point. However, bro, you surrounded by Mormons, you got doggone Catholics coming out your ears, you got a whole bunch, like, my dude, maybe you should, one of your major donors is a Scientologist, maybe we should have had a conversation first.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Maybe that should have been part of it. So, but I do think it's funny that Candace, again, he made some rash decisions. And sometimes they sound like, for lack of a better term, romanticized, like, oh, he saw her and 5 minutes later he gave her a job and she was great and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's one way to take it, but look what else happened.
Yes.
I mean, I know you like that episode. This is actually a clip from a larger live stream. The link is down in the description, so you can go check it out. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you down there. Grace and peace.